Hi, I'm Gerald Benjamin. I am the founder and CEO of ProfitGOLD and ProfitDRIVE, and I'm really glad that you joined us and came to my website to take a look at what we're about. So what I decided to do was put together just a real short YouTube video, something that you can watch in just a few minutes and really kind of get the gist of what our company is about and also tell you what we're not and give you a little bit of background history so you don't have to read through all the pages and try to discern whether or not the model of what we present fits the model of what you're looking for. This is my 9th corporation. I opened this company in 2004. And the reason I did that was because prior to that, the 8 companies I had before that, even though 6 were profitable, 2 were not, but out of the 6 that were profitable, they weren't profitable in the levels that I had been aspiring for until I made some dramatic changes in the way that I operated my business, which is what inspired me opening ProfitDRIVE and ProfitGOLD. What I mean by that is probably some of the same things that you've experienced. I knew what I was doing. I owned construction companies, I owned import companies, I owned advisory companies. I owned a series of different companies, and while we were able to go out and get the business, we had to do very little advertising to be able to keep the doors open, so to speak. But even though I was able to go out, get the business, had a sales team that was able to go out and obtain the business, and we were profitable, at the end of the day, when I looked at my books, the variable that caused me the most stress was how much profitability. I could never break on my own that glass ceiling of profitability in any of those companies until I made a dramatic shift, which I'm going to explain to you about in just a few minutes here on this video. But I could work hard. There was no question that we were professionals. There was no question that I knew how to build a house. No question that I knew how to import into the US. Those types of things, there was no question about whether or not we could sell. We could do all those types of things and we could do them very effectively. However, internally, when we would actually go to execute on those sales, execute on those objectives that we had sold to the clients outside the doors, the efficiency was not there. And what I mean by that is that when I looked at what I wanted to accomplish or what was potentially available to accomplish, we weren't getting there. We were profitable, but we weren't making what we knew we could make. And the shift came in when I finally, out of frustration, decided to go outside and get real professional assistance. And really start talking to consultants and people who had walked those roads before me. And then from consulting with them, the dramatic shift I made was to step back and optimize every aspect of my internal organization. And I know that sounds like a big objective, but actually for me at the time in 2002, 2003, when I was really at my breaking point, it literally was a shift that took about 6 months. And in 6 months, I was able to change those companies around, and the profit was double what I was making before. And so, while I'm not on this video to tell you that you're going to double all of your profits, I am going to tell you that that was what inspired me. That dramatic shift of looking internally and optimizing my internal operations was exactly what my companies needed to obtain the profits I knew that were on the table. And from that, I became so inspired that I opened ProfitGOLD and I opened ProfitDRIVE, which is a 90-day program, which I'll explain about in a little bit, so that I could help other companies experience the same boost in their businesses that I experienced running my businesses. And so, that being said, that's what this company is about. We're not the type of company that will come in and give you a bunch of campaign promises and say, oh, okay, well, if you work with us and you pay us X amount of dollars, we can turn your $1 million company into a $10 million empire by the end of the year. We can't do that. And anybody who tells you that is lying to you, because there's so many market whims and things like that that are going to factor into your growth. Nobody can guarantee that. So if someone tries to do that, you should just run. But for those who understand that, what we will do for companies and what we are very effective at doing for companies is we research their profitability. We research what they're able to, what profit margins are actually able to bring in before we ever walk out the door. So if you received a letter from me or you received some marketing material from us, saying, hey, take a look at us. The only reason you receive that is because we've actually taken out the time to research, and we have worked long enough in your particular industry to where we know where the profit margins lie, and we know exactly how to get them, and we know how to get them within 90 days. And so that is something that we will then reach out to you for. We work in over 50 industries around the world, and we do the exact same thing. When a client who comes to us and says, I need optimization, the first thing that we do as a company is behind the scenes, we go to work. We research every available thing that we can find out about the company, and that doesn't take very long. It's something that takes us 5 to 7 business days. We have a pretty well-known team around. I have affiliates around the world that actually I work with to get the information I need. And we're able to gather that data relatively quickly to find out where the margins are being missed. Then once we do that, we come and we sit down with you and we find out what your vision is for the company and why you have that vision. Once we obtain that information, if you have employees, we do the exact same thing with them, devoid of out of your presence, so they can be honest with us. And we actually take the vision that you have, and we take the profits that are being missed, and we strategize and create and document, both digitally and in written format, what needs to happen. Now, here's the best part about it. We don't just create it and hand it back to you and say, here's all you need to do, go ahead and try this. Good luck with that. That's not where we stake our reputation. We stake our reputation that after we've done that, which is actually a relatively fast process, we then go to task of implementing that into your company. We can do that on site. For companies that we work with around the world, we do it online. We just get it. We will get everybody on one of the portals that are available through the internet, and we actually administer the training. We administer the strategies. We actually teach everything that we recommend, and we make sure that your company has it. Now, the best part about it is when I mentioned ProfitDRIVE, that is a program that we are able to execute within 90 days. And that's on our website as well. And I invite you to take a look at that page and read how we go about doing it. But the point of it is, what makes us different from other consulting firms and other coaching firms out there is that we actually put our practice to work. We don't just tell you what needs to happen. We actually will do it. And we'll do it in a concise period of time, so you don't have to worry, how am I really going to be here? How much are they going to cost us before we actually start to see results? We get rid of all of that by saying this period of time is how long we're going to be here. This is exactly what we're going to execute, and this is what you can expect. And the best part about us being able to say that is if we don't execute according to what we've said, you don't pay. Now that's something that I know probably has you sitting back in your chair a little bit, because most consulting firms and coaches won't say that. But that is exactly how we work. We don't put in these long-term contracts where whether you get results or not, you're stuck with whatever happens. No, if we're not producing according to what we've said on that month-to-month basis, you can shut that down and we're done. Now, I can say we've never had that happen because I work very, very tightly to make sure that we produce results. And also, we won't even start unless we know we can produce results. But that is the guarantee that we give to our clients. So I invite you, go ahead and take a look at the website, take a look at the pages. I have a business questionnaire that I'd like you to look at. It's 3 basic questions. See if your company resonates with those. Take a look at the employee questionnaire that we have on the site. See if you resonate with those questions, if you can answer those positively, or maybe there's some work that needs to be done there. And then the only step you need to take is you can either go to the Contact Us form, fill out that form, it'll come straight to us, we'll get back to you within 1 business day, or you can actually access my online calendar through this site, and you can book an appointment with me to speak by phone. At that point, we can confidentially talk about whatever it is that's happening in your company to make sure that it's a fit for you and for us. And if it is, then we can talk about what needs to happen to get to work on that and in what time frame you can expect those results. So that being said, that's a real quick synopsis of who we are and what we do and the value that we bring to the industry. Like I said, we started in 2004. We're all over the world. We've worked in over 50 industries, so that probably includes yours. And if you received an invitation from us asking you to come to our site and give us an opportunity to speak, then I guarantee you we have researched your industry. We've optimized exactly what needs to happen in a 90-day period to give you positive results of whatever profits are on the table that industry-wide are being missed, and we're definitely in a position to help you. So definitely take a look. I look forward to hearing from you very shortly. Let us provide the value that we provided to hundreds of companies worldwide. That is what drives my passion. That is what drives the passion of my team. And we look forward to doing the same for you. So thanks again. I look forward to seeing you soon.